So in this video, we would be learning about the description of set. So whenever you are going to describe a particular set on paper or to another person, there are some methods through which we can describe a particular set. And in this video, we will be learning both the methods. So let's get started. So a set can be described in two ways. One is the roster form and another one is the set builder form. So what's a roster form? First, let us describe the roster form. Roster form is a form in which you list down all the elements. That is, whenever you are presenting your set on paper, you are listing down all the elements that belongs to the set, right? Let us take a few examples to understand it better. So first, let us take the example of the vowels of English alphabet. So whenever you are writing it in the roster form, what are the vowels of English alphabet? A, E, I, O, U, right? So whenever you are writing it in the roster form, you write it as A, E, I, O, U. So these are the elements that belongs to this particular set. Let us give this set a name. Let us say it's A is equals to A, E, I, O, U, and whenever you are writing it in the roster form, you have to separate the elements using a comma. So this should be comma separated, right? Comma separated. All the elements need to be comma separated and the elements need to be enclosed within braces. So the elements need to be enclosed within braces. So this is how you represent a particular set in the roster form. So you have listed down all the elements that belong to a particular set. Anyone who is reading your writings can understand that what are the elements that belong to this particular set. So let us take another example. Let us take the example of first 5 natural numbers. So what are the first 5 natural numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? So let us give it a name. Let us call it B is equals to, so what we have to do to represent it in the roster form, we first separate the elements using comma and then enclose them within braces. Ta-da! So this is the roster form representation of the first 5 natural numbers. While writing in the roster form, it is important to keep in mind two very important points. The first point is that order doesn't matter. Whether you write it as A, E, I, O, U or you write it as U, O, I, E, A, that doesn't matter. The order doesn't matter. Only you have to list down all the elements within the set. And repetition has no effect. So if you repeat it, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you again write 2 and 3, that doesn't have any effect. It would be counted as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. But in normal convention, in general convention, we don't repeat objects, we keep it singular. So every object, you would see that these are appearing only once within the set. That's the general convention. Now, as we have understand the roster form, let us understand the set builder form as well. So set builder form is the type of representation in which the elements are described by characterizing property. So instead of listing down all the elements, what you do is you just write the property of the elements and the reader understands by the property that what are the elements that belongs to that set. Let us take an example. Let's take the same example, the first 5 natural numbers. So what did we write over here? B is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But in this case, we are not going to write all the elements. Rather, we will write it as this. B is equals to, here also you have to enclose them within braces. B is equals to X. So X is an element of B such that this straight line over here means such that, okay, such that X belongs to N and X is less than or equal to 5. So this is our set. B is equals to X. X is an element of B such that X belongs to natural numbers and X is less than or equal to 5. So whenever you write it in this way, the reader understands that you are talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So these are all less than or equal to 5, and these are all natural numbers, right? So that's how you describe a set in the set builder form. So this is what is for this element B, but as such you can say that whenever you have a set E, you represent it as X such that P of X holds. P of X holds. Here P of X, don't worry about it, it's just a property. The property of X holds. So here this whole thing is the P of X, this whole thing is the property of X, and when you describe the property of X, the reader should understand that what are the elements that belong to that set. So you can write it as this, or you could also write it as X and some colon sort of thing here, and then P of X, that is the property. Both of these have the same meaning. This straight line and this colon has the same meaning, that is such that, we read it as such that is equals to X such that P of X holds. Let us take a few examples to understand whether you have understood the topic properly or not. So here is a question. Describe the set of all letters in the word mathematics in roster form, right? So what are the letters in the word mathematics? It's M, A, T, H, E, M, A, T, I, C, S, right? So these are the elements of this set, that is the letters of the word mathematics. But did you remember one thing? We are not supposed to repeat, right? As per the convention, we are not supposed to repeat the elements. So here you have M, here also you have M, so let's cut one M. It doesn't matter whether we repeat or not, just according to convention we should not repeat the elements, right? We have an A over here, here also we have an A, T, another T, so let's cut it. So we make sure that all elements are individual over there. There are no copies of those elements in the set. So finally we write the set enclosed in braces. We write it as M, comma separated, A, T, H, E, I, C, S, bracket closed. So that's exactly how we represent this set in the roster form, right? Enclosed in braces, comma separated, and we have not repeated any element over there, right? Let's solve another question of the set builder form. So it's the same question, it's the same set, just we have to represent it in the set builder form. It's indeed easier than the roster form, because in this you don't have to find out all the elements and just omit the repetitions. Rather you can just describe the property of the elements. So let's say it's a set S. So we write it as S is equals to X such that X is a letter of word mathematics. So whenever you write it like this, bracket closed, so whenever you write it like this, the reader can understand that you are talking about all the elements, all the letters which become the elements of this set, where the letters come from this word mathematics, right? So these are the elements. The reader understands this, and this is what we call the set builder form. And this whole statement is nothing but the property of the elements. The property of the elements is that they belong to the word mathematics. You could also use, instead of this, you could also use this colon. That's one and the same thing. Now let's solve another problem. So this is the last problem. It's we are presented over here with the set in the set builder form. Now we have to convert it in the roster form. So what it says is A is equals to X such that X belongs to the set of natural numbers and X is divisor of 10. So can you tell me what are the elements of this set? the elements of the set have to be both a natural number as well as a divisor of 10. What comes to your mind? What comes to your mind? So the numbers that come to your mind are 1, 2, 5 and 10, right? So these are the numbers which are natural numbers, as well as these are divisors of 10, right? So in order to represent it in the roster form, what we do is we separate the elements using comma and we enclose them within braces. That's it. So this is our set A. So that's how we easily represent the sets. We can also interconvert the sets in both roster form as well as set builder form, and we can represent really lengthy statements in the set builder form as well as roster form. Roster form becomes a little bit lengthier whenever you have a lot of items, a lot of elements in the set, and set builder form always comes handy whenever you just have a property which is enough to describe the elements of a particular set. So that's it for this video. Thank you.